How nice is it just to get a win? I mean, it doesn't really matter who you played.
It feels awesome. I mean, obviously there's a lot of pressure on our program. You know, we have high expectations of these guys. They know it. We know it. Every play matters, and we really, kids really came out and played this week hard in practice, and it showed up on the play today. But yeah, it feels good. It kind of takes the pressure off us, and now we know we can continue to work. We need to get better, but now we put that behind us and really feel what a good football program or a good football game feels like.
About the defense, you know, throughout played real well. They had that one long touchdown drive, but they were making plays. They came up, you know. Jeff had the big hit that led to the fumble, and
yeah, we played physical. Yeah. That was fun to see at the line of scrimmage. And as the day went on, we just wore them out, rotating our guys in. I'm sure Jeff will say the same. But we got after them up front and then started putting some heat on that quarterback with a sometimes only a 3-man rush, and so that was the kid who started getting some happy feet back there, and our guys did a great job up front.
I know that's, you know, kind of the goal every week, but with the first-time starter, is that more of an emphasis that you want to pressure on?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. It didn't make that much difference. The kid played most of the game last week. I mean, you know, the other guy only had a couple drives, I think, or maybe even the first drive when he went out, I think. But anyway. So we didn't know a lot about the quarterback, but we were more concerned about what we were doing and align and do our assignments right and then play hard. And those are the three things we got from our defense for sure.
How about the guy sitting next to you? I mean, it seemed like he was in the backfield all day.
Yeah, he's playing free, and I mean by that is he understands what we're doing defensively. Now he can just pin his ears back and go to work. And obviously he's a great player, but he's the heart and soul of that front and on that defense, and he showed that every snap today.
You know, Jeff, how about the game that you played? I mean, did you feel like you were dominating up there?
Yeah, it was just good to see everybody get some. Because without those 10 guys, I'm nothing. So, you know, it was a collective effort. That's how we practice. Coach Barton always preaches when your teammate makes a big play, celebrate it. So, you know, we have little competitions up front, race who's going to get there first. So we're just having fun, man. Like he says, we understand the defense, where we're supposed to be. We pay attention week in and week out in detail to our film. So a couple of those bootlegs, I knew it was coming because Coach said when that guy comes down, you know, be expecting, and they were holding up personnel cards. So everything's just been, we've been practicing, and we practice well, so you practice how you play. And this week we had a great week of practice.
Were you a little bit disappointed that Jarrett couldn't take that to the house? I mean,
not at all, man. we still ended up getting some points out of that drive. It would have been nice though. I was yelling like, "Oh, he's coming!" But I was so far back.
I was yelling, "Pitch it!"
He didn't hear me, but it was just a great time.
I mean, is this now? I mean, Winona State's been known kind of the last few years as an offensive team. Is this now kind of sledding toward a nasty defensive team? You know?
That's our goal, you know, to just dominate. And when both sides are playing well, we can. I like our chances against anybody, and that's just what we try to do week in and week out, compliment each other. Like the offense, they had a turnover. That's adversity. We talk about that. What you gonna do when adversity comes? We come out and get a turnover. So we play off each other. So, or when one's down, they pick us up, or when they're down, we pick them up. So it's interchangeable.
Yeah, and he forced 5 turnovers. That has to be a nice formula to win.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, you get that. I mean, you look at what's the difference from a week ago. We didn't create any of that kind of stuff. What happened? Guys just knew what they were doing. I mean, we spent a lot of time on assignments and understanding, and you can see that now because all of a sudden they're breaking a little bit quicker. They're a little faster to the quarterback. They have a chance to see the football and rip it out, make picks. And we had one drop deal, I think, because Vegas could have had one too.
Yeah.
So, but it was that is playing spontaneous. And they have to know what they're doing to do that, and that we saw this week.
Yeah. And again, having a field goal kicker that can nail 50-yarders, you didn't have one that could nail a 20-yarder, last year.
Same kid.
Yeah, and then, I mean, what has he done? Is it just mental at this point, or is
Well, I think that was a part of it. I think that he was going through just growing, kind of growing pains, and I don't mean as an athlete, but just maturing as a human, going through the freshman year of college and not having success, and all of a sudden it was eating at him. And he was a great kicker in high school. I mean, he helped Owatonna go to the state tournament, I don't know, a couple times, and so we knew that was in there. And so he and I just spent a lot of time together this winter working on the mental side of it, working on development, how we lift, what do we do, and just spending more time with him so he knows that he's supported. And he came out, I mean, he even quit for a while and then came back and made a decision that he's going to do this. And then he and I together have just worked on it, and along with Brett Holinka and the rest of the special teams guys. But it's really just a a kid that now has confidence, who already had the talent. We just had to get it on the field, and now you see some of those results.
Jeff, are you on the field goal team?
Yes.
I mean, do you notice a difference in Carter this year?
Yeah, like Coach says, he has more confidence. He knows that we're going to give him time. Allen's going to give him a great hold, and he's just more confident about it. And he's swinging. We practice it every day. He's almost automatic every day in practice, so it's showing up.
He says he can hit it up to 63. You know, are you going to let him, if you have the opportunity? I mean, obviously it depends on the situation.
I gave him some big ones today.
Yeah.
He's got plenty of leg. It's going about the situation, situation in the game. I mean, you got to understand. You got to give the doesn't make it or getting the ball in midfield. So you also got to play that into a factor. But today, with the way our defense was playing, I'd give him the ball just about anywhere. So I was going to give him a chance wherever we were today, inside the 50.
Yeah. Offensively, it seemed like the left side of the line where you had a new guy in. That was kind of a tough draw for them right away.
Yeah, he made a couple mistakes at Collin Valley, but he's really played well actually in the last 2 weeks in practice. It was his first start, redshirt freshman, his first start, and they brought some heat at him. We got to get better play out of our tackles. Those guys, that are experienced. That was almost more of an issue than Collin was. So it's just again learning and understanding and growing on what your assignments are.
And see, Jack sometimes didn't have too much time to throw, but he still managed. All he really needs is to make 2 or 3 big plays, and
he
gets you out of the hole.
Yeah, he forced a couple balls today. I mean, one was a 3-step drop, and we ran a little in route, and he didn't like it, and then he tried to force the ball at the pipe. You can't do that. I mean, he was trying to make plays instead of just doing his job and letting the plays come to him. So he was pressing a little bit today, but he threw some nice balls. I mean, the ball he threw to Allen May down the pipe, and the ball that he teardropped over to Josh on the 2-point conversion was beautiful. So we all know he can do it. We give him any kind of time at all, and he'll put up some huge numbers.
And when Eric Berth came in, that's exactly what you want from him.
Exactly what I want.
Fourth quarter, salt the clock away type guy.
Absolutely. And he had a little shoulder injury last week, so that's why you didn't see him more. But so I was trying to hold him back until that moment and let and it's the first home game for Elliott Cox too. So and then he had this touchdown called back, and then Eric took it in. So he'll be fighting about that. But more importantly. With Paul doing a job, and now we got Eric rolling at 230 pounds. I mean, that's a big back and a big load, but we got to make sure he's healthy. So I was trying to preserve that a little bit for next week.
And for both you guys, is it just going to be more of kind of almost a sigh of relief now in practice that you got a win under your belt? You can look forward and not think, man, we got to end this streak or something like that.
Not a sigh of relief. It's just like the monkey off your back, kind of. But you still have to come to work. You can't get complacent because we have one good game. Like Coach says, our expectations are high in this program. So when we do what we're supposed to do and be what we're supposed to be, we can play like that. So just come to work and get better every day and take it as far as we can take it.
How about Tom, for you? I mean, does it make practice next week a little bit lighter?
Well, yeah, it does. It's natural. Just winning a game, you feel great. I mean, it just feels good, the work we put in. And I challenged our guys today in the locker room with Jeff and the guys and just said, hey, show me how important it is to you. And our guys were in it. They were all about it. The sideline was good. I mean, people were, and that is what a football team needs, is that our leadership is fantastic and that kind of stuff. But we need to play well. I mean, when you do that, then great things happen. So yeah, practice this week will be a lot more fun. We know we're going on the road, and then put our guys in a bus and go play together. It's a pretty good timing for another long trip.
As Carter, we'll start with you. How good did it feel to get those 2 50-plus yarders?
My leg's a little tired right now. It felt very good. I think everything just came together. It was a good snap, good hold, good blocking by my line, and all I had to do was just kick it, and my leg felt really good today. So,
can you talk about your confidence level this year versus last year? I know last year didn't go too well. You're kind of thrown into the fire in the middle of the year, but where's your mind at right now?
Yeah, last year I don't think the coaches trusted me. I don't think I trusted myself. And then this year it kind of turned around, and kind of spring ball I kind of turned it around and started working on it a little bit more, and my confidence level as I just keep kicking and making them is going up and up. So I think it all came together today.
Now you had some Division I interest out of high school, didn't you? And
yeah.
What kind of made you choose this school over that?
Winona is a great school for academics. Academically, that's why I'm going to school, is academically. I want to go to school and then become a doctor later. So that's kind of my number one. And then Winona is just a very good football program, and My sister went here, my mom went here for a little bit, so it's where I feel at home.
And how far out have you made one in practice or anything like that here at Winona?
Here, I believe it was a 63-yarder. I made it in a pre-practice.
Do you feel when you start getting in your coach's ears, like, hey, I can make this? At what point of the yard line? I mean, are you, as soon as you get to that 60-yard range, are you like, I'm good?
Yeah, as soon as, especially after I made that first run, as soon as we got to the 50-yard, the 60-yard range, I was just looking at Coach one of the times, and I was just nodding my head, and he looked back at me, and he's like, okay, sounds good. So.
You think this makes them trust you a little bit more? You think that they're going to throw you out there now? They're going to listen to you when you nod like that?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm just glad that I can please them, make them happy, so they're not on the other side and yelling at me. So I think it's good just to be on their good side.
Hey Jack, how about when those 2 field goals sailed through? I know that was such a struggle for the team last year. What kind of boost does that give you guys?
I mean, looking from an offensive standpoint, hopefully the only times you guys kick field goals is for PATs. But when we have a weapon like him and he can help us get points, I mean, we haven't had that since I've been here, I don't think. So for him to come step up and make those field goals is huge for us when we're not able to punch it in.
And how would you assess your day? It seemed like they were getting kind of consistent pressure on that left side a little bit with those.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I played my best game. I mean, I did some things. They did some things that we hadn't seen before. And I just didn't throw the ball very well today. I mean, I made 2 dumb mistakes I've never really made before. But I'm kind of glad it got out of the way, and we're able to get the win still.
Is it harder to find Josh this year, or do you find teams are defending him differently, or is it kind of the same thing that you guys have been seeing?
I wouldn't say they're defending him differently. They at least know of his vertical speed and everything. You can see sometimes their safety's dropped. That's when we have some under routes. We hit Allen on one of those clover routes. And, I mean, if they're going to take him away, we got other receivers that can step up and make plays. Saw Allen make a play, saw Cam make a play. Dylan can make a play. Almost all those guys can make plays for us.
And how about the job that Collin Valley did first time start? He had to go up against former D1 DNs. There were some breakdowns there, but overall, how do you think?
I mean, for first game, first start getting in here, I think he did pretty well. I mean, we struggled there the first half to run the ball, but that last drive, you can see where we can be when we run the ball, and we all get 11 has to do the right job.
How about just getting a win? I imagine, it just has to feel, it seems like it must be a really long time that it has a
Upper Iowa,
yeah.
Last year's the last win, but yeah, it's just a great confidence booster. I mean, after last week's tough or rough performance, but I feel like a win might help solve some of our issues, just get guys' confidence back up. But, I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what the stats were as long as you get the W.